and welcome to my September wrap-up. I read 4 books this month and DNF'd 1. I don't know why I always do my face like that. I think my average rating was like 3.5, so not brilliant but not bad. I think that's pretty standard for me. I was hoping to read 5 or 6, but expecting 4 or 5, and I got through 5, so can't complain. It would have been nice to get that extra 1 so that I'm more on track with my TBR goal for the year, but it's fine. So without further ado, what to do with these? I started off the month with a Colleen Hoover book called Reminders of Him, and I was told by someone that this is Colleen Hoover's best book, but out of the 2 I've read, it's definitely my least favourite. I was not really a fan. I think I gave this 3.5 stars. I just hated how Ledger kept calling Kenna a girl, like, oh, this girl, and like, blah, 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 girl. And I was like, she's a woman. And that really angered me. And they just kept being like, I just don't know why I'm thinking about her eyes right now. But like, it's obviously because you have feelings for her, just get over yourself and admit it. And I just found that really irritating. But there were obviously parts of it that I enjoyed. I think I was like reaching for it quite a lot. I was kind of intrigued by the story, but didn't love it. I'll probably get rid of this. Oh no, these are not in order. Oh no. Okay. So my TBR jar prompt for this, or my like jar prompt for this month, was a book that I bought for myself, and I bought this back in March, Wrong Place, Wrong Time by Gillian McAllister. So I thought I'd give that a go this month, and I enjoyed it, but I mean, it's about a time loop and they're going back in time, so it's going to be repetitive, but I felt the repetitiveness of it. There were moments where I thought about taking it up to 4 stars, but I think I settled on 3.75 in the end, just because I was just getting fed up with it. I was kind of bored. Like, it was good, but it was just good. You know what I mean? I think I said this in the last month's one. Once I read it, it's gone. So, but yeah, it was alright. And then I read started to read my poll winner for this month, which was John Green's Looking for Alaska, and I DNF'd this about, I want to say like 80 pages in. No. Oh, I remember. It was feeling very outdated, sexist, like the whole, however far I got through, the only thing that had happened was the main character, Miles, just sexualizing and objectifying Alaska, basically. That was all that happened. And I could just sense that the R word was going to come in, and I said to myself, as soon as I see that word, I'm just DNFing, because I'm not here to read a book that's using words like that. And there it was, a few pages later, so I just literally put it down and went to pick up something else immediately afterwards, and that was that. I do think, when was this published? First published 2005, so, you know, maybe the language was more appropriate then and the views, but I don't know. It still made me uncomfortable to read, and I just didn't want to read it. I wasn't enjoying it, so that was the end of that. I'm starting to sense that John Green books are not for me, but I don't know. I have one more of his up on my shelf. What was the other one I read? Down there. Paper Towns. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy that. I did finish that one, but it was just like whatever. I have The Fault in Our Stars up there, which I'm thinking is probably going to be my favourite out of the 3, but I don't know. So we'll see. So then I moved on to Supper Club by Laura Williams. I guess this could also have gone for a book I bought myself because I bought this in a recent haul. It's basically about women like exercising their right to take up space and be loud and greedy and all of this, and they do it in a very safe environment that they've created for themselves. These supper club meetings, and they just go ham basically and have a wonderful time just being freely themselves, but in a group of safe women in a safe environment, like I said. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't really remember loads from it, but I gave it 4 stars. I was definitely intrigued by it, and the message is kind of in it. But I mean, that's about all I can say. If you like a feminist literary fiction book, you might like this. And then I moved on to Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. This book, I think my sister read it and didn't really love it, so I wasn't expecting to enjoy it that much, but I was quite enjoying it. The chapters were very long, which I'm not a fan of, but I was enjoying it. Like, it was nice enough. And then something happened towards the end that angered me so much. I was fuming. And that was like, that could have taken it down to a 2 star for me probably, if it had continued and that had been like the ending. But it didn't. Like, I can't explain it without spoiling it, but basically the thing that happened wasn't like that wasn't the end of the book. There was more to it. That brought it back up, so I think I settled on a 3.25 in the end. That just annoyed me so much. But it was a nice enough story other than that. I did keep mixing up. There's a big importance on this book in child-parent relationship and dynamic, and in a very different way that's the same in Supper Club. And when I was reading this, I kept mixing it up in my mind and thinking that it was about the characters from Supper Club, and then having to talk myself out of it and realise not the case. That's pretty much all there is to say on that. So there you go. I'm currently reading The Lies You Told by Harriet Tice. So that'll be in my October wrap up. Yeah, I mean, I've got my poll winner for October. I've got my prompt, so I've thought about what I'm going to read for that. I've got a few ideas what I'm going to read this month, but we'll see where we end up. So, thanks and goodbye. Hooray! Okay.